Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Natalie Miles Show. Welcome to this weekly energy forecast, November 10th to November 16th. How are you doing? How is your heart feeling currently? We're moving through a lot. We're moving through lots of change, lots of transformation, a lot of facing what's working, what isn't working, and change. Change is afoot. Change is around us. Last week was all about initiation. And so this week the energy builds off of that initiation energy. As I've tuned into the energy of this week, what wants to come through is it's all about adapting. It's all about adapting how we show up, adapting what's important to us, adapting how we move forward. And the phrase that was really loud is, it's not written. It's not written yet. There's so much around us being like, this is going to happen, or this is a possibility, or this is what's, could happen in the future. And this is happening on a collective level as well as a personal level, where we are in this space of creating stories for the future, which can be really expansive. But there is also an energy when we get fixated on things or fixated on outcomes, that it can derail us. And so to step into the energy of possibility, and courage, it's really important for us to remember this week that it's not written yet. Because we are in the space of the unknown. I know I've been talking about this for the last couple of months, but I'm going to reiterate it again, is that we are developing our trust with the unknown, and we are being asked to adapt in the unknown. And so if you face things this week, questions, decisions, ideas that for you to move forward that you're going to have to adapt, listen to it, because new directions are opening up for you. But it's really important for you to remember there's no quick fix. I think that's what we're also really learning and integrating, and remembering that there is no quick fix. Change does not happen overnight, especially when we really want it to change. And maybe you're someone that's resisting change. Maybe you're someone that wants to keep everything exactly the way it has been, but you're feeling uncomfortable in the body that you have to let it go and change and transform. This is also really important. Again, it's not a quick fix, and change builds change. There's a momentum, and that's what we're really in right now. We are creating momentum, and to do that, we are going to have to adapt. We're going to have courage. We're going to have deep trust. And it's testing our resolve. It's testing what faith means to us. It's making us get really clear on what fires us up, what stays, what goes. We also have a full moon this week. It is the November 15th. It is the Taurus full moon, and it is the last super moon of 2024. Lots of energy, lots of light is going to be flooding the planet this week in the build up to the full moon. And it's interesting because this month's energy forecast, the November energy forecast, the theme is the flare. Yeah, the flare. If you haven't listened or watched to the full monthly energy forecast of the flare, you can access that on my Substack. There is a 35-minute video, a card spread for the month ahead, and a specific binaural beat activation all about what the energy of the flare is and how the flare shows up. This week is the flare is all about light. The flare is it lights the way, and there is something very powerful in this full moon this week with the light of the full moon, with the energy of this super full moon, where it is close to Earth. It means that we are really dealing with this extra light to help us with the adapting, to support us with the way forward in the darkness. The moon is going to represent the flare of us moving through the unknown and having that trust and having that faith. I go into lots of detail about this full moon in the monthly energy forecast, but it is going to be a lunation that is connected to your patience, about having dedication to what you are bringing to life. It is about determination and perseverance in this energy. This is why sometimes when we want something, or we're moving forward to something, or we're acknowledging something, this perseverance means that we might have to adapt. We might have to, do you know what? This is the direction, but actually to get there, I might need to take a few mini steps to get to what you want. And on the shadow side of it, because it's Taurus full moon, it's the stubbornness and the getting fixated on something. So notice what is coming up for you. Are you being in this energy of adapting and flowing and trusting the directions, or are you being stubborn and fixated on how you think you're going to move forward, especially off the back of this initiation energy and everything that has been coming up for you over the last couple of months off the back of eclipse season, with the change, with the death and endings, because we are facing big death and transformation, big beginnings. And it can be daunting, it can be overwhelming, it can make us feel unsettled and nervous. We do have Mercury Retrograde coming up in November, not for a couple of weeks. It starts 25th of November to 15th of December, but we're already in the pre-retrograde shadow. So it started on 7th of November. And so for me personally, I can sometimes find that the energy of Mercury retrograde kicks in, and I feel it more in the pre-shadow phase. So this is a time of reworking, relooking, reinventing, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, going through details. So if you are feeling like things are awry, things aren't working out, technology, all of that jazz, again, do not fear Mercury retrograde, but I'm just sharing this with you because you might be feeling this already in this week's energy for you. But this is a big time. It's a big time. There's lots of endings, lots of beginnings, lots of transformation, and it can make us feel uncomfortable. As much as we love to believe and think that we are creatures of change, actually we can be very much creatures of habit, and we are being pushed out of our comfort zones, out of our shells. And it's a really important time to anchor and ground, especially in this full moon energy. You might feel tired, wobbly, anxious, grounded, unsettled, ungrounded, and unsettled. So be open to how your body is moving through the energetics of the full moon. Get out in nature, put your feet on the earth, and really ground in. I think grounding is going to be a really important thing for next week. So how do you like to ground? What does that mean to you? Being out in nature, body work, listening to music, being with friends, whatever you need to do in this week's full moon energy, please do it. It'll be really important. And trust the flare. Trust this flare energy. Trust what is bubbling over in your life. Trust what intensity is happening, and that it's all for a reason, but also that you are being guided towards where you're supposed to be. Again, what stays and what goes. What are you bringing into 2025, and what are you letting go of, and what doesn't belong into the next year, because we are really in the energetics of that. If you've enjoyed this, please rate, review, share. If you're watching this on YouTube, please leave me a comment and please subscribe. Couple of short announcements. I do have a psychic circle this month that is happening on Sunday 24th. If you want to come and develop your intuitive gifts with me, this is the perfect place to come join. All levels welcome, from advanced to beginners. If you've never tapped into your intuition, this is a place for you. I also have my animal communication sessions, my one-on-one sessions, and of course the November energy forecast, which you can download and access on my Substack. Have an amazing week. Sending you lots of love. Enjoy this full moon, and I will see you next week. Bye.